Wow, 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 bow. Dun, 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 bow, bow, bow. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to be doing a quick test run real quick. Make sure you can hear me okay. 1 second. Sorry. I did just start streaming just now. Um, Looks good. Let me click around in StarCraft a little bit. Looks like you guys can kind of hear the audio. Looks like also my. Looks like you guys can kind of hear the audio. Looks like also my. Looks like you guys can kind of hear the audio. I'm going to reduce the screen size a bit. And actually, I'll even probably change the screen position once we get into it. We're going to be looking at some replays. I'm going to be going over. This is kind of like. Here's my thing. This is going to be my entire ladder. We're going to go through my entire ladder career that has gotten me out of silver and into gold, and I want to go through that and kind of what my thought process is, talk about gameplay, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. I don't know how long this is going to be, probably as many games as I feel is fair. Obviously, as an upfront thing, if you're watching this because you're on YouTube and it's the start of a series, I'll be breaking it up in segments, but I won't be doing an individual intro and outro for everything. This is just kind of be a general welcome to the new series thing. And also, I have put some StarCraft videos out before. They didn't perform too well, but I was younger and I wasn't really quite experienced with what I was doing. But after getting back into it and playing again, I think I could have a better grip of what I'm going to be talking about. Obviously, I'm just gold. I'm working my way up the ladder right now, so you know, I haven't had a ton of playtime. I only played like maybe 20 games so far, probably more. You'll see in the number of replays. Anyway, let's go to the replays. I've labeled them all. We're going to go in order by date. So we're going to look at my first game. Yes, they're all labeled lost or win if you really care about. This is an analysis series thing. It shouldn't matter, you know, win or lose. That's not really what we're looking at here. I just want to go through the steps and just kind of show off the replays. And hopefully that's okay. And I'm going to double check the stream, of course, before I do it. And it said it brought me offline on the replay thing, but I should still be able to view it. So hopefully it's okay. And these might because it's on old maps, some of them, but all of these happened fairly recently, you know. Now obviously I'm Terran. Pause. You can see the timestamp. That's okay. We're gonna go ahead and fix that right now, so that way my webcam will be covering the timestamp for all future things. We'll just put that right there. Perfect. Okay. Good. So we got that sorted out. So now there won't be any issues about that with the future. Wasn't sure where to put my webcam, but I realized this is probably a good spot. So we're gonna take a look. Gonna have the production tab open. This is obviously me. We got my opponent here. It's gonna be Blazing Buddha. This is my first time playing on the ladder, and we're gonna watch it as usual with the replays I do. One's from my perspective, one's from the opponent's perspective, and then we do an everyone view. And usually that's what an episode will be constituting as. However, this is short games. We'll probably do 2, and we'll also be looking at the build order that I execute. So let's get into it. We're gonna be doing it on faster speed, of course, following my camera movements. And we can notice the production tab. We're going to start off with our SCV. Pretty standard stuff. Remember, the goal of the game is to try and keep your money low. All right? So now we're up to 14 SCVs. Put it out another one. And you'll see that, again, I'm playing very slow. This is in no way a good game of mine. But just to show off, the main purpose of this first game being shown is just to show off. Everyone starts somewhere, and it's okay if you're just getting back into it. If your game kind of goes like this. So we do throw down a supply depot on 15. Perfectly fine. Keep in mind, technically, it's when you have your 14th SCV, and the 15th one is being built in the command center. Now, while we are technically supply blocked, we do want to have that SCV queued up because there's nothing else really to build anyway, unless you're trying to early expand. And we go ahead and get our gas. And in this build, I actually snuck in the engineering bay before the barracks. And this is kind of cool. It's an interesting technique I wanted to think about trying again. But based on my play and the way I've been developing my own personal play style, this actually isn't very good because your barracks, while not necessarily delayed, it feels like it's harder to expand. And pretty sure in this game I'm not even going to expand. Considering how short the game is, I'm pretty sure we're going to get cheesed here. But yeah, I've been loving the early upgrade play and getting extra barracks, so that way we can, you know, do that. So we're getting our second barracks here on 17, which is super, super cool. And then I'm going to go ahead and start making a wall off. I just got a message in Steam, I think. Let me go ahead and pause the replay. 1 sec. Let me see what's going on here. Ugh. Okay, sorry, just a friend message me about that, about a new game that came out. But you guys will see that in the stream, obviously. Sorry about that. Okay, so SCV Scout comes in. I've locked down the wall. He's doing a bit of harassment, which is okay. Nothing too wrong with that, I don't think, in my opinion. And you know, as you can see, he's just kind of getting. We're pushing him back. Oh, I keep accidentally moving the camera. So as you can see, again, we're holding it on my camera perspective. I'm going to be going ahead and laying down a bunker because I do want to get an expansion at some point. But the problem is with this build, as you guys will see, it isn't very good. And because I'm starting my upgrade, I'm trying to get early barracks units out. But you'll notice, if you go to the unit counting tab, I have 1 Marine. He's got a Reaper incoming, right? So it's going to be kind of hard to counter him. And I even noticed when I went up that there was no wall off, and I knew it was cheese as soon as I saw that.
Doesn't that look
like I could tell. The issue is that there's just only so much I can really do at that point. And I went ahead and started building my own Reaper because he had a Reaper coming, and I wanted something that could. I think in my head I was thinking I'd want to keep up with the speed. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna turn off the announcer volume actually because I don't want to actually listen to that if I can. We're gonna. Is it the voices or? When you order unit voiced and dialogue interface sounds. Well, I don't want all sound gone. I just want the sound from the announcer. Like it'd be an announcer sound. Sorry about this. Maybe just the voices. We'll just take the voices off. That should be okay. Because they're being annoying. Okay.
The add-on is finished, so you have no excuse.
You know what? I love Total Biscuit. I really do. But the sound on that is actually getting kind of annoying. Hold on. Can we... If we go to sound... Ambient sound, such as environment. No. Gameplay sound effects. No. No. I think that's actually okay. How do you turn off that? Show alerts to say. Server and replay. Not graphics. Enable reverb. No. That's output. Master volume. That enables all sound during gameplay. Sound quality high. Huh. I don't know why we can't turn that off. It might be because we're just viewing it. So sorry that the announcer volume is super loud.
Not to build something.
I'm not actually clicking on anything, but it still thinks we are. So at this point now we have an attack coming in onto our base, and we have our guys in the bunker here, and we don't have that much stuff, really. Like, not really. And they start killing our workers. And I remember I went ahead to try and defend it and such. And then a Hellion came in. Really very harassed base. And on one base, you know, it's pretty hard to deal with that. And I think I just tapped out because I kind of figured things weren't going my way. Like, you know, it was bad. So I'm going to restart the replay from his perspective. If we could follow him. And he'll take on the color of my color presets. Actually, we could go ahead and turn that off. Since we're viewing the replay. And this guy was, you know, spamming his buttons like normal. So if you look at his build, right now we're looking at the blue Terran here. And I think I'll actually just leave the team colors off for now while we do these analyses, so it doesn't get confusing when I switch over. So he's going to be doing the same thing I did actually, which is supply depot gas. This guy's definitely was a higher level than me. This was my first. This is like one of my placement matches, I think, that I did, where he's going to be doing a supply depot, then refinery. He got it up before me. You know, he's getting his barracks right away. It's very clean. There's absolutely nothing wrong with his build order as far as I know. He's even got another refinery coming. Looks good, yeah. looks pretty good here. He's going to be getting his SCVs faster than me as well. You'll notice he's up in the supply, partly because I stopped building SCVs to build other things, because I was investing my money elsewhere. But he has constant SCV production, which is super good, and that's going to be probably a pretty big theme in the whole arc of this little series, is the looking at the you know, is watching the transition over time of skill, right? So at this point, he's getting his first Reaper, because Reapers don't need a tech lab. I think actually, to be honest, when I did this, I thought Reapers still needed a tech lab because it had been so long since I'd even made Reapers. So I didn't. I kind of wasted my time on my Reaper. But he just let himself get hurt there. I don't know what he was doing with that. That seemed a bit dumb. And I just went ahead and followed him back to his base at that point.
Complete.
So at this point, he's adding on his factory. He's doing like a 1-1-1 build, which is good. Very harassment focused. You'll notice his money's getting pretty high though. Even though my money was getting high as well. I'm not sure if he's planning on taking an expansion. I know he's going to be saving up, obviously, for the starport. But, you know, we get in there, you know, and we're going to end up losing the SCV, but, well, yeah. But he's letting his money get pretty high. I'm not sure if it's, I want to say it's for an expansion, but I haven't quite seen what his money does yet. And then he just sends out a basic attack. You know, he's keeping up with supply. So these are all good things we want to look for in our gameplay as we move forward from this kind of introduction. Like, oh, this is my first time back playing StarCraft. So he goes ahead and starts doing some harassment and such. Going to be swapping his buildings over as well. That's very nice. He's got some good micro. You can see my Reaper as well. Obviously my Marines come in to help that out and cut off stuff. And that was it. So that's the replay. Pretty straightforward. Not too much to do. I hope I can look at the build order at the end of this replay. I don't know if I can. And as you can see, it's an older replay, so it might glitch out a little bit. Hopefully it's fine. Yeah, we're loading.